Hotep, I am the Amen Osiris, the one and only undisputed God of law. We are Deception Stoppers, America's only child support education service. I'm not a lawyer. This is not a law firm. I do not advocate that you don't support your human offspring. I simply advocate that you made them in private, then you raise them in private, okay? And today what I'm going to talk to you about is I got a very cool email, okay, this morning. And this is exactly what we're going to be teaching on Saturday. And this also coincides, and we're going to show you how to prove that the Social Security Administration is obligated to pay the debt on its property, imposed on its property. Okay. Now, number one, all right, this is a document. This is a North Carolina Child Support Enforcement Notice of Intent to Intercept and Statement of Account. Okay. This is going to be fun, so pay very close attention. Number one, all right, this was sent from a federal revenue district. You see the zip code here, okay? Number two, this is a 4D case. This is a federal case, and here's the date. This was just recent, 1st of October, okay? It involves a non-custodial pay rent, okay? Down here, it says the non-custodial pay rent's Social Security number, okay? And they sent it to a non-custodial pay rent who is also in a federal revenue district. See the zip code here, okay? Now it says the North Carolina Child Support Enforcement Agency has determined that you owe past due support. Who is you? You is the non-custodial pay rent, isn't it? It says it right here. It says non-custodial pay rent, all right? And you'll notice it says you owe your, okay? Your, okay? Now, you'll notice it doesn't say anything about state law in here. All this is done, look, this is a real funny part. Title 42 of the United States Codes and Title 26 of the United States Codes. Gentlemen, Title 42 of the United States Codes, as well as Title 26 of the United States Codes, was never enacted into positive law, which means this is being done under color of law. And here's another federal law down here. I didn't see that one, okay? But it says if you are filing, all right, if you owe, all right, you notice it says if you owe past due support. Who are they talking to? Okay. And it says, look, the United States Secretary of State, the United States Department of State is notified your name from the passport, then I'll file. All right, your name? Whose name is on this document? All right, and just incidentally, I blocked it out. Obviously, you know, I didn't want to show his information. But this name is spelled in all capital letters, okay? Which means that it's based off the Social Security number, okay? Look at that Social Security card in your pocket that you hold, and you'll see it, okay? They're not talking to you. They're talking to the non-custodial pay rent. Now, let's look at something. Social Security number cards are the property of the SSA and must be returned upon request. So, if Social Security numbers are the property of the SSA, who are they talking to? They're not talking to you. They're talking to the Social Security Administration. This is their property. This is their property. This is a federal 4D case involving a non-custodial pay rent's Social Security number. Anything identified by that Social Security number is the property of the Social Security Administration. All right, let's look at the word property. Right, it has a lot of definitions, but I'm going to focus in on one. That dominion or indefinite right of use or disposition which one may lawfully exercise over particular things or subjects. Okay? The exclusive right of possessing, enjoying, and disposing of a thing. The highest right a man can have to anything. Okay? So that card is not your property. You have no right to it. You're the holder. You are what's called the number holder. Okay? You are not the owner. So, if I was in a situation like this, what I would do is I would send this document to the Social Security Administration and let them know, hey, listen, you got a bill you need to take care of. Okay? And let me show you the law. We're going to go to 5 USC, subsection 301, departmental regulations. Okay? Now, listen to me very carefully. The head of an executive department or military department may prescribe regulations for the government of his department, the conduct of its employees, the distribution and performance of its business, and the custody, use, and preservation of its records, papers, and property. There it is. So, the use of its property comes here. Remember, the Social Security Administration gave this number to the Federal Office of Child Support in order to create this debt. That's your property. So you're really, in essence, the Social Security Administration, they're really billing themselves. So what I would let them know, okay, let me see if I can find it here. All right, here it is right here. 42 U.S.C. 666 AC3 requires that the non-custodial pay rent's Social Security account number, all right, shall be given to the agency in the state. Therefore, the non-custodial pay rent, according to this law, is the property of the Social Security Administration, which I just showed you, 20 CFR 422-103D. You are the number holder, okay? You are not the number owner. And again, if you get a ticket, if there's a ticket put on your car, if you let a friend, all right, what's going to happen is that ticket is going to go to the registered owner who is responsible for that ticket. This is a ticket, gentlemen, okay? The license plate number, right, is right here, okay? The license plate number, the Social Security number, tells who the registered owner of that property is. And the registered owner of that property is who? The Social Security Administration. So that means the Social Security Administration is on the hook for $2,500.01. Okay, not the recipient of this letter. And number two, why are you opening mail that is not sent to you? I already showed you in the video that is a crime. Okay, anytime you get documents from the 4D agency, you better be sending them, all right, either back to the 4D agency or you put it in a bigger envelope, okay, and you send it certified mail, and you send it to who? The Commissioner of the Social Security Administration, because under 5 USC 301, all right, they are responsible for the use of that property. So, since a debt was imposed on its property, they are responsible for that debt. It's no different than getting a ticket on your car. All right, it's just that simple. So that's a quickie. I appreciate the brother who's sending it for sending this to me. All right, but you'll notice again, look in here. It says you, your, you. It gives the impression that it's you. Okay, this is some really slick shit. Really slick shit. All right, wording is everything. You owe past due support. No, I don't. Social Security Administration owes past due support because this is their property. What are you sending this to? Why are you sending this to my crib? I don't think so. Now, when you send the document to the Social Security Administration, all right, check this out. You're going to let them know you're responsible for that bill, okay? All right, so the SSA is the legal owner of that number and name, which, and then there's a case number, identifies as the non-custodial pay rent, does it not? Pursuant to 20 CFR 422-103D, the Social Security, the SSA is recognized and held responsible by law as the owner of said property. I just showed you that law, 5 USC 301. Therefore, the SSA is responsible for the debt in the amount of, and in this case, it would be $2,500 imposed on its property by a foreign corporation, okay? And its extensions. Now, this is where I have fun. You have 20 days to respond with statutes, laws, and definitions thereof to prove that the SSA is not responsible for the debt imposed on its property and that the holder of the number is. Your personal opinion does not count, so please don't waste your time, and a blanket statement will not do either. Andrew R. Saul takes legal notice that failure to respond in the time and manner specified to the proper name and address noted above will result in a default judgment against the SSA. Okay? Now, gentlemen, when you write this letter, and I've done a video and you can copy it and do whatever you want with it, okay, they got 20 days to respond. You're going to pull the same stunt on them that they do on you. How is the Social Security Administration going to how can they rebut the fact that there's a ticket on their property and they're responsible for it. They can't. They can't come back in any way and say anything to the contrary, which means after the 20 days, on the 21st day, if you have not heard back from them, or if you've heard back from them with a blanket statement or their personal opinion, you're going to take them to court, right? And I would probably do this in federal court. You're going to take it and you're going to get a default judgment on it, okay? You're letting them know, I don't want to hear your personal opinion, because guess what? 20 CFR 422-103D, despite everything, that seals the deal, okay? Is this your property? Yes. Okay. What is the debt imposed on it? You going to pay it? All right. It's very simple. So when you get stuff like this in the mail from a federal revenue district to another to the federal revenue district involving the NCP's social security number, the non-custodial pay rent social security number, this is not your bill. Okay. This is not your bill. It is the bill should be forwarded to the Social Security Administration. Okay, and they got 20 days to respond to prove that, well, we're not liable for the debt, the number holder is. Okay, well, guess what? Not according to the law of property. You're the holder. You're not the owner. Again, if you are renting and you get a notice on your door in the mailbox stating there's a tax lien on that property, who does that tax lien, who's responsible for paying the tax lien on that property? Not the tenant, not the holder of the property, the owner of the property. I'm the Ahmed Osiris. I am at 4D_destroyer@yahoo.com. If you wish to learn to master this technique, stop by. We can schedule you an appointment. Also, don't forget, October the 26th and 27th, we're going to show you how to remove yourself from this federal revenue district, okay? How to send and receive mail, all right, and how to actually effectuate a proper default order, okay, against and you won't be able to get one against the 4D agency in the state. All right, you'll be able to get that order against the Social Security Administration. All right, now, gentlemen, it's going to take some time. Do not flip out. All right, it's not a thing where it's going to be an overnight minimum. All right, it's going to take 20 days just to see what kind of response that you're going to get. And if you write the letter, all right, let me know, and by all means, email me their response. All right, and I will show you. I'll scan it and highlight whatever needs to be highlighted, and I'll show you the flaws in their document that proves that, guess what? No matter what they say, there's nothing that they can say. Well, that's not the law. Yeah, it is. The law's right here. All right, 5 U.S.C. 301. This is the use. You are responsible. All right, the distribution and performance of its business and the use of its property. This is your property. You used it to create a debt. All right, that debt you are responsible for. I'm not. I'm the number holder. You're the number holder. You're not the number owner. Okay. So bang my email if you need us. Stop by and join us this weekend, October 26th, October 27th, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay. And I will show you. And look, check this out. Let me do this real fast. All right. Number one, this weekend, what we're going to be doing is we're going to show you how to remove yourself from federal jurisdiction. All right. This is a 4D case. That means it is federal. All right. Federal can only apply in the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. Outside of that, it loses its jurisdiction. Okay. And this is how they gain jurisdiction by stating, number one, this is a federal case. This is a federal revenue district, and the non-custodial pay rent is in that federal revenue district. Okay, so when you unsuspectingly and unwittingly open this mail, you are openly consenting to succeed to the status of non-custodial pay rent. You are openly admitting that you reside in federal revenue district, which is federal jurisdiction. And I'm going to show you this weekend how to easily, and I mean easily, remove yourself from federal jurisdiction, and there's nothing that they can do about it. And guess what? They're not even going to see it coming. All right? I don't care how smart they think they are. So join us. All right, but I wanted to share this with you. Okay, and the reason I want to share this with you is so you know how to properly respond. I'm the Ahmed Osiris, Hotep.